Okay, good morning to everyone, and also to my co-panelists sitting with me on the head table. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Center for Business and Career Development for taking this initiative. I believe that you are proving that while others talk a lot and do a lot of cheerleading, that you actually have healthy nerve fibers that run from your brain to your muscles, and you actually spur into action. That's what I see happening at the at the Center for Business and Career Development, and I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate you and to encourage you to continue. At the same time, I understand that this is an educational environment, and while teachers and organizers can invest in these kind of elaborate projects, nothing will come of them unless you, the students, actually grab it and run with it. Nothing will happen. So I encourage you, the students, to actually take the center for yourselves, grab a hold of it and run with it. Use it to your advantage. Right? And that's what a group of you are doing here today. And I encourage you to tell your friends to come to more of these activities organized by the center. Use it and make sure that all these resources that are being invested in it actually come to bear some fruits for you. Right? That's where we are going to get some gains. Right? Okay. I was asked, like I said before, to speak mostly on the productive side. Right? I cannot speak for all of the productive sector because obviously I am a very small business person, right? I'm a small investor, so I will not pretend to speak for the agro-productive sector, the citrus and bananas and sugar people. But what I can talk about are the challenges that I face as a small business entrepreneur here in Belize, right? When I was thinking about how I would do this, some of you who are studying business already probably know or are acquainted with what we call a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis means looking at the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats of the environment within which we work. I think Mr. Slusher alluded to that we need to use more of this process, right? To look at ourselves better and for us to come up with solutions for moving ahead, right? So I use the SWOT analysis method to more or less guide my presentation. So I will first look at the strengths of our environment within the productive sector. I will look at the weaknesses, and then I will look at the opportunities and the threats, and that will be my presentation, okay? Forgive me, but we only have 7 minutes within which to work this morning, and so I will choose some of those more current issues that I deem are more relevant to the small and medium business environment here in Belize at this time, okay? In terms of strengths, and I don't want to talk too much about strengths because when we are strong, we can move things, right? I want to get more to the weaknesses and the opportunities, you know, so that we can correct some problems and move ahead. But in strengths, yes, we have currency stability in Belize. I think since 1971, correct me, I'm Central Bank Governor, we have a currency that is pegged to the US dollar at 2 to 1, which has been stable more or less for a long period of time, and that's good for the small and medium business. Imagine if you had a currency that was fluctuating every day. It would be a much more difficult environment within which to work. We have pretty much stable interest rates at our banks. Thanks to our very prudent bank managers, both at the commercial banks and the central bank, we have been able to manage more or less stable interest rates at between 15%. Some favorable people get as low as 13%, Mr. Castillo. I'm not sure. But from 13%, let's say, up to some people are paying up to 20, 21% per annum. But más o menos 15, 16, 17% interest rate across the board, and it's been pretty stable. That's another good thing about the environment within which we work. Relatively low inflation rate, although lately it seems to be getting out of hand, and I'm sure that the advisors to the Prime Minister will rein it in, because we like to work in a low inflation environment. We have pretty much stable economic growth at between 3, as he mentioned, to as high as 7%. Some people have even engaged closer to 9% in the really high growth years within the past 10 years, right? but we have pretty much stable economic growth. So we can say, all right, you know, if we produce 10 bags of banana chips to sell this year, next year we can project to sell 11 or 12 because there is a stable little growth going on. And that's a very good environment for small and medium enterprises. We have ethnic and cultural diversity in Belize. This is something that we need to celebrate because it makes us more beautiful, right? And not only that, but it also creates a variety of different tastes and flavors. And what drives demand? What drives demand? You know, I like the cheese sour, I like it salty, I like it this way. And it automatically creates a demand for a wide variety of cheeses. So there is also a demand for a wide variety of producers of these different cheeses. You see, so cultural diversity, ethnic diversity is a good thing also in the market. And in Belize we have a wide range of ethnic and cultural diversity, which creates a wide range of demand for certain products and services. So it's a good thing that we need to celebrate, right? We have a growing tourism sector, which creates demand as well. Not only the 350,000 people that live within these boundaries demand every day. We have tourists that are coming in and going out, and they are also demanding. My little small business depends a lot on the tourism sector. In fact, I would not be doing my customers a service if I didn't mention thank you to all of you who are choosing Verena's products every day, especially those in the tourism sector and those growing in the homes and families where they are every day choosing Verena's more and more. Thank you very much. Thanks. In Belize, we have a large variety of agricultural produce. You can't make something from nothing. You have to make something from something, right? And we have a wide range of produce. Some of it is falling off the trees, some of it is rotting under the trees, right? We need to find out what to do with these things, and that's what I engage in. Every day my brain works on how am I going to do more things with what's being wasted, right? Belize has a wide range of agricultural produce. Look at it, observe. Sometimes the answer is right under your nose when you want to think about a new business. It's right under your nose. You have to look right around you and find solutions, right? We also have small and medium enterprise know-how. There are small companies in Belize who know how to export. And I would like to salute Ms. Marie Sharp today because she is a leader in our area. And she can teach us how to export because she's doing it successfully, right? And we want to wish her more success, and we want to make a wider range of us become exporting small companies so that when you guys join the group of producers, that we can then share our knowledge with you. But we do have small and medium enterprises that are exporting today in Belize, so we have know-how. That's a good thing, right? We also have from the government side, we have development incentive facilities available to us. The government of Belize, in its wisdom, over several different governments, have opened the window through Belt Trade for us to have incentives for us to invest. There has to be incentives for people to invest, especially given the antiquated colonial laws that we have in our country. We have to sidestep those laws, and they have created the window through the Development Incentive Program, and I would like to encourage those of you who are interested in investing in small businesses to look at the Belt Trade Act and see what are the laws that actually afford you some incentives, some benefits for you to invest your hard-earned money in starting a small business in Belize. We have those incentives in place. Some of them, we need to broaden the range of incentives, and we need to change some of the way how it's managed, but it's a good thing that we have development incentives in Belize. We also have subtropical weather, fertile lands, and lots of water. Very good for agricultural production, which is good for the country. We have close proximity to the large suppliers in Mexico and Guatemala. These are large neighboring countries that have suppliers of raw materials that we can access, and they are close by. So we don't have to go way to China to find raw materials. There's a lot of stuff right near us with which we could work. And then we also have the treaties with CARICOM, with the EU, with the USA, that afford us entry into those markets at preferential duty rates for our commodities. So those are some of the strengths that I see for the productive sector. In terms of weaknesses, we have a long historical and cultural preference for imported products.